right, we live. We live. Hey, what's up, family? It's been forever. This is very random. I just was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go live. I haven't been live in a while. I haven't been doing a lot of stuff in a while. I just recently started hanging panels again, like this week. This week, I think. Um, I hit a couple panels. And I wanted to talk to you guys about what's been going on with me since it's been such a long time. A lot of y'all know I have sleep apnea. I be up all times in the morning, all times. And today is no different. So I could not sleep. I had to get up anyway. I really should have been up because usually this is my time. Y'all give me a second. I'll get that. My dryer's broke. But this is my time, y'all, that I get up and I do my exercises in the morning. So I'm up this time anyway. But I'm going to give you guys a couple of updates, what's been going on with me, and prayerfully you guys will come in the building if anybody's up. You can tell me what's been going on with you. One thing that I've been doing, just whenever I get time, I've been kind of researching just for YouTube music. Y'all know I'm a music lover, and one of the biggest holdups for me and my channel. Hey, yo, Nixon. It's good to see you. Let me see what you say. Oh, yeah. Well, I do this sometimes also for the special people. That's why it's called Just for the Family. Because, oh, child, the hate. The hate is real, honey. And I get it. I'm a strong personality type. In real life, I am a strong personality type. And people that know me, my friends will tell you, she's the sweetest person, but just don't do it. Don't cross her, don't upset her, because she a fool. She a whole fool. But what I'm going to do, because I got to do some quick running around real quick, I'm going to give y'all some music. On my one person. I'm going to give you some music to listen to real quick so you're not bored to death. But these are some of the songs I've been kind of playing with. But I still have someone, I don't want to drop the name. After the person finishes with my intro and stuff, then I'll let you guys know. They've actually done a lot of videos for people in the space. So you guys probably do know this person. And Onyx, and I know you do editing and stuff like that. But I am back to working full time again, and I'm tired. I was just about to go get my laptop. That's one reason I'm on here so much, because I'm literally doing patient chart. Well, I shouldn't be saying that, but I'm doing my work, and I'm looking and listening at you guys at the same time. That's what I'm doing a lot of times, which is why I don't come on camera. I have about 4, 5, 6 tabs up, and I'm doing this, the whole time. So, YouTube is my entertainment while I get my work done. Let me see what you say, sweetie. Oh, yes. Yeah, there's definitely talent. I came up here to share with y'all because like I said, I hit a couple panels just this week. I have not been shaking and moving the way I usually do. I have not. I needed a break. I needed some rest, to be honest. I didn't even realize how much time I was spending on here. Of course, your family will keep you grounded. They'll be like, you know what? You've been on there for a few hours. Even though I'm working, they're hearing this, they're hearing people on panels like, what are you listening to? So it's good to kind of detox off of this stuff sometimes. Move to other spaces that are a little bit more happy. I love family channels. I love fashion. Y'all know I love my fashion, honey. I love cooking. And y'all know about 3 months ago, when did I start my plants? And I'm going to give you guys an update on my little seedling plants today. But I started that 4 months ago to help bring down my stress. Hey, Conscious. So I want to tell you guys, I want to share more with you guys. Because this is what I used to do when I first started, and I want to get back to that. But I want to share with you guys what's happening in my life. I stopped doing that, but I like doing it because people have questions, and people some people are like me, they're worriers, and I don't want you guys to worry. So I want to be more open, and I'm going to share some things, what's going on, and why I haven't been around, and you guys feel free to share with me. I like this, y'all. I like this when I when there's less noise around. I feel more comfortable sharing. So let me see what. Hey, conscious moron, Grand Rising, brother. I also want to talk about. This is something that I've been getting since I've been in this space. You hate black men. I do not hate black men. And that's how I know these people don't know me. And that's, I could go on and on. I could get this person on the phone. I could do this. I could do that. But the fact is, my life says different. And I'm tired of having to prove myself in this space. Now I'm asking for the brothers to prove a little something to me. I keep on talking about what happened to that woman. Oh, Lord. I said I wasn't going to be up here long, but I might have to make this a long one because I keep on talking about what happened to that woman. I believe it was in Louisiana recently. It happened yesterday. Got home from work and I saw it and I was horrified. I don't think a lot of people understand the depth of what happened to her. She was before I go any further, if you guys do not know, if you guys get time, I shared a news article. First of all, I'm going to get back to y'all. Give me 1 second. I shared a news article on my community tab. Please check that out. It is of a woman in Louisiana getting dragged across some lawn, whatever, with hundreds of people because they saw how wrong it was. Maybe not hundreds, but dozens of onlookers watching these police officers drag this naked woman. And there's a lot of symbolism in that. And I don't think people understand how horrifying her nudity, and I'm explaining it to you, being exposed, what that means. See, I look young. Y'all, a lot of y'all know I just had a birthday June, and thank all of you guys. I didn't come up here and let people know because I just wanted to kind of enjoy my birthday with family and friends but I also had like a funeral. I had so much going on all around the same time, so it was like hard for me to enjoy when I just lost a family member. So it was a lot going on around that time, so I didn't post it. But those of you that knew, you told me happy birthday. I really appreciate you guys. And those of you that don't know, you didn't know. So anyway, that's what was going on with me in the beginning of June. A whole lot. Okay. I got so much to say on this topic. I'm bringing up my age because I'm from a different era. A lot of people that are in their, unless you're like in your late 30s, you won't understand a lot of this stuff that's going on before your very eyes. There's symbolism in that woman being dragged naked. First of all, she was unconscious. So anybody in an emergency care field, whether it's health or whether you're a public servant like a police officer, a security guard, who's taking CPR? We've all taken CPR, right? Basic life-saving course, right? We've all taken that, right? One of the first things you do, say a child is drowning, God forbid, but a child is drowning. One of the first things you do, say their bathing suit top comes uncovered. That's happened to me. The water in the bikini bottom comes off. The first thing you do is to guard that person's decency. All emergency service people know that, including especially the police. You guard their decency. Let me bring it down because I can feel myself getting hot. These stories upset me so bad because I don't think people really understand the symbolism and what these things that are unfolding before your eyes. I don't think people understand what they truly mean. So they dragging her out here in front of the whole public for everybody to see. This woman. No regard for her decency, her respect, the respect of the family members. Her mother, her father, her children, if she has any. Just no regard for her as a human being. Okay, that's number one. Number two, she's unconscious. What is, at that point, you throw at least a blanket, you take your jacket off, you put something on her, right? That takes 2 seconds to do. Somebody give me your coat. Let me cover this woman up, right? That's what you should do. None of that was done. All these police officers. Mind you, with your tax dollars. Okay, so that wasn't done. Then she's unconscious. Oh, hey, we unlock. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Y'all, give me a second. Give me a second, because I got to let some steam off with this situation. Whew. She's unconscious. What do you do? Y'all think about it. When you have an unconscious person and you arrive on the scene, you in an emergency situation, whether you're a healthcare professional or whether you're an emergency service professional. What do you do? What does anybody do when someone is unconscious? Keep in mind, it was at the hands of them. So they were freaking out, is what they were doing. The first thing you're supposed to do, because this person could have possibly lost, not only have they lost, so they lost consciousness. Your first thought should be, okay, I got to make sure this person is breathing. I got to make sure this person is still to par. I got to make sure this person lives. But that they didn't have that to think about. The first thing they should have done was attempted to do some type of CPR, or somebody should have been on the phone. It should have been EMS there. It should have been a medical staff there. So us who've been in this field, you got to understand, I've been in this field for 20 years. I'm 44. More than 20 years. I went in the military when I was in the medical field. I went in the military when I was 23. So for 20 years. So I know what I'm talking about. They all should be fired. Do you hear me? They all should be fired. Like I said, the story is on my community tab. I'm going to bring it down. My doctor is very concerned about me, you all. Like I told you guys on a past video, I don't have high blood pressure. What I actually have is, I found out a few things. I found that I'm anemic. So I have a little, because I was feeling really tired. And I have very shallow breath. I found out that I have low blood pressure, which is very ironic. But they, believe it or not, high blood pressure and low blood pressure actually work in a very similar manner. Sort of. The outcome is the same. The physical aspect is different, right? A person with high blood pressure, it's rushing, it's struggling, right? Maybe they have, fat in the arteries, so that the blood is, the heart is pumping, it's working hard to get that blood through. A person with low blood pressure, it's working, it's you have shallow breathing because it's working hard because you're not getting all the oxygen, you're not, you know what I'm saying? It's working hard too. Your breaths are labored. So that's why I was constantly, if you guys ever watch me, and I pointed this out in my last video, you'll see kind of when I raise my voice, my breath is labored. So that's why I'm kind of shallow breathing. And even now, like I constantly feel that way, like it's a struggle. So I have to project more, which is not good. That's not good. Me having to strain just to get everyday words out. That's not a good thing. Okay. Now let me go back to you guys. I missed a lot of your comments because I want this to be a conversation. Let me see. Everybody's saying hello. Wonderful. We unlock. Let me see. Let me see what. Okay. Let me see what L says. L says, I was a CPR instructor. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So you know. So you know. You know. Like I said, you guys check that out on my community tab. That was so disturbing to me. That was so disturbing. And you got to understand, I hate to always be, but this channel is based on helping people like my family, and unfortunately, day to day, we hear these stories about people, you know, passing away with police situations. But basically, um, after he was shot, there was basically no attempt to save his life at all. It was kind of like, oh, he's gone. But how do you know you didn't attempt? You didn't try to do anything. You didn't try. You didn't even try. That was another lawsuit that we potentially were going to bring up with the North Charleston Police System. Yes, the North Charleston Police System. You know, it's funny. Let me just say this to y'all. Sometimes we think that people aren't watching us. We think that we're the only ones. Sometimes because you're on YouTube, you see what, one or two people. People watch you. And people that you don't know and that you would never suspect watch you. I might not be popular on YouTube, but I'm pretty popular, I would say, at that time, because I was in the military, and you understand, everything I was posting, I had to be very, very kind of careful of the type of stuff I was posting. You know, some would call it woke. I call it just conscious of the world that I'm in, alive. You know, a lot of people walk around dead. They dead in their soul. They dead in their spirit. They dead in their consciousness. They're just dead. I'm going to talk about that too. So when you wake up and you find consciousness, you become a threat to people. People are scared. They are scared of what you know and what you might say. Long story short, this is when I was in the military. I was working at a different dental office. Police officer came in. And I don't remember that man from Adam. I don't. But he remembered me. And he said, you heard anything about your brother? And I said, do I know you personally? And he said, well, I'm North Charleston Police. And I said, yeah, I see, because he actually had his uniform on. And I could not, when I tell y'all, I could not believe, and I don't remember how me and him, when the incident happened, we were at the North Charleston precinct damn near all the time. I won't say every day, but we were there all the time trying to figure out what the hell happened. Did they find leads? And it got exhausting. I know I have an older brother. He was going, him and his family was going, and I was going. My family and I were going, hey, you heard anything, this and that, anything about my brother? So I guess my face became very familiar. My point is, don't ever think that what you say is not reaching people. Don't ever think that what you come up here and do does not matter, because it does. Okay. Now I got to figure out what's going on with my dryer and why it keeps on going off. And I'm going to put a little music so y'all not completely bored to death. Who's 28 years old? Oh, child. Oh, Lord. I wish. Okay. I don't see the video. It's on my community tab we unlock. It's on my community tab. Hey, Headed One, how you doing, sweetie? Thank you. How you doing? If you're just coming in, you might have to watch from the beginning. I'm spilling a lot of tea, honey, about what's been happening with me. And this is just for you guys. the family, the YouTube family, that understands me, that accepts me for who I am, and that got true love for me. I appreciate y'all. Y'all just do not understand. One time, my fella came up here and he was like, yeah, she loves her. I do love my subscribers. And like I said, sometimes I worry, but that's just my personality type. So, okay, so let's listen to a little music. I hope you guys can hear this. Give me a couple minutes. Let me run upstairs real quick, and I'll be back. Hold on. What the hell am I going to play? I think I'm going to play this. I like this one. You guys, this is in your YouTube studio. Don't steal this one, though. I might use this one from one of my, part of my intro music. So... yeah, you guys need to start. They've got way better music than they used to on YouTube. You guys need to go to your studio and check it out, all right? I like that, y'all. Hey, MTGB. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. I won't be long. Let me stop the music. That was dope, right? You can barely tell that that's YouTube music. I saw your most recent shorts. I'm telling you, if you guys want some growing tips, you need to check that lady out. Is she doing shorts? Well, she's been doing shorts, but she's putting her tips in the shorts. So MTGB, I know you're just coming in. Whenever you get time, go back and rewind it. I was talking about the situation in Louisiana with that woman being dragged across the lawn nude and the importance of it. And my point was, I hate to take it there, but that's how I felt. I was horrified because I understand that our body, especially as women, it's precious. And it's one thing when I know these men, because they don't understand what I'm saying. Some of them won't understand. It's different if a woman chooses to, like, wear a bikini to a pool or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Versus you're completely naked. If you look in the video, they're on top of her. They're grabbing her breasts, her somebody's kneeling on her behind, and I mean, there's just so many violations. Just the thought of it makes me cringe, makes me want to cry, makes me upset. These violations. Why don't we go up and just touch somebody on their boob, or touch somebody on their thighs, or touch somebody on their behind? Because that's a violation. That is a violation. So I'm going to get off of that, but it's in my community tab, y'all, about that story. And the unconsciousness, like El Nixon was saying, El Nixon is a CPR. He was a CPR instructor, and most of us, like I said, I've been in the medical slash dental field for over 20 years, and everybody that I know, no matter what medical office, dental office, even if you're a front desk person, all the facilities I work in, everybody has to have CPR. So, and I mean, even people who aren't in this field, I feel like it's the basics. Everybody should know CPR. You never know what can happen. And and El Nixon, you correct me if I'm wrong. One of the first things you do, first you make sure the scene is safe, right? El Nixon, if I tell a lie, you tell me, but you make sure the scene is safe. The second thing you do is you check for breathing, right? Responsiveness, responsiveness. I'm sorry. And then you want to check for breathing, but a part of observing the scene is that person covered? Are you safe, and is that person safe? Are you both safe? And a part of safety is making sure that there's no violations happening. And as far as I'm concerned, a nude person, the decent thing to do is just to throw something over him to save decency. Now I'm gonna get off of that because that, like I said, that story upsets me to the highest. Oh, you're welcome, sweet pea. Let me highlight you. Hey, V-Dub, I'm sorry. Oh, V-Dub, I'm glad you're here because I am going to talk about, I call him my brother. I call you guys my brother and my sister. But I'm going to talk about my brothers. I don't know if V-Dub is still here. I'm going to talk about what happened. Nothing happened. But I'm going to talk about, Lord have mercy, BMT's live stream yesterday. It was a very good live stream. And I'm just going to talk about me and my behavior and why I'm not really making excuses for it, and I'm not really apologizing for it because I don't feel like I did anything. But we'll get back to that. I want to finish talking about this because, like it says in this title, this right here is for y'all that know me. A lot of people, when we get on panels, which is one reason I don't do panels as much, they don't know you. They don't know your personality type. So, and I don't know them, I'll deal with that in a second. So yeah, I beat that story in the ground. I've told y'all about my health. Okay, cool. I want to send a shout out to, I got to send a shout out to Mace Taggart. Mace, he's very reserved. He reached out to me to check on me, and that was super sweet. A lot of you guys did. I don't want to call all the names out, but a lot of you guys did. He was one of them. So, Mace, if you watch this, I really appreciate you doing that. It meant a lot. I was so happy. I was at work, and I was like, oh my God. I couldn't believe it because I was shocked because when he went away, I was leaving him tons of messages on Instagram and stuff. I was like, are you okay? Let us know. Da, da, da. I even put a few posts in my community tab. And, it would get back to me. He's fine, blah, blah, blah. And I would let it go. So I was so shocked when I finally got a message. And that really, it warmed my heart. You guys warmed my heart, Take my mind kind of off of all this other stuff that happens. Okay. We've dealt with that. Now let's talk about these panels. Let's talk about panels and personalities. Like I said, I am a strong personality type. Since I was little, children have personality types. Since I was a little girl, I've had that personality type. I was a tomboy. It was weird because my mom insisted that I was going to be a feminine little girl, but my personality type was not traditional. I was feminine, but it was just never traditional. What do I mean? I didn't start wearing dresses until, do you know I didn't start wearing dresses until I was married, until after I had my son. I was what you call a round the way girl. I was, you remember that song by LL Cool J? I need a round. I was the girl with the bamboo earrings, 2 pair. I was into the jade with, the SWV, the freaking gold chains and the boots and, the baggy clothes. Like, I was into all that. That was me. And I was hanging out on the basketball court, not watching the guys, but playing basketball. As short as I am, yes. Um, I was, y'all, that's my dryer, and it will not stop. It's just been one thing after another. Now I just turned it off, and now it just turned back on. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what was I talking about? Yeah, I was not your traditional girl. I used to come home all the time, dirty, mud all over me, stinky, because I'm literally, we used to live in a neighborhood that was by the forest. And I would be out there with all the boys and girls. We would all be out there, like, in the mud, picking up frogs. I used to catch, I used to catch wasp nests, me and my brother, and dissect them and just do all this weird shit. I used to bring home earthworms and crickets, and I was obsessed with nature. And to this day, I love nature. That brings me peace. I love animals. It just brings me comfort, the way no person really has, and I'm that ergo my love for animals, because they have a loyalty no matter what. Okay, so that's my love for animals. But yeah, I was always kind of a strange child. Um, I got into several fights in school, but I never fought girls. I always fought boys. Never fought girls. Always was pretty popular. Got along with everybody. But I would fight. I was a fighter. I'll never forget. My mom got tired of coming to the school. Some little boy, you know, you know how little boys and girls are. When a boy likes you, what do? They pick on you. They pull your hair, and I would just haul off and just, don't touch me. I had a lot of little spicy attitude to me. I'll never forget the last time some little boy felt my behind. Right, I was at the water fountain. I'll never forget this because my mom came to the school and whooped my ass in front of everybody. I was so embarrassed, and I never got I never had the issue of fighting the way I did at that point. But I used to get in fights. I think maybe out of the 5 fights that I got to when I was younger, maybe one of them was a girl. And it was because I was protecting another classmate. She was bullying somebody else, and I jumped in, and all hell broke loose. So, yeah, it's always been my personality type, you guys. I can't help that. That's who I am. I'm a little spicy tamale, okay? But overall, I'm a pretty sweet person, okay? So, let's talk about personality panels, okay? So now you understand my personality type. Nothing I can do about it. I like myself. That's it. I can't apologize for me being who I am, okay? So, okay, what was I saying? BMT's panel, let's deal with that first. He had a show, and I'm not sure, I went back and rewatched some of it, but most of it. But I'm not sure the complete context, but I do know I felt like it was a subject that we had delved in on several times before. So I'm gonna be honest, I really wanted to talk about this new story because that's where my brain was. And sometimes I'm like that. When I get fixated on something, I just want to talk about that something. So anyway, I was like, oh my God, did you hear about what happened in Louisiana? Did you hear about what happened in Louisiana? Because I had just watched it on the news, and they were talking about, do I feel like black men are leaders? These are conversations we've had so many times, and I don't mind having the conversation if it's a real conversation with people who are going to take the topic seriously. I, without a doubt, I think that, of course, I think black men are more than capable of to me, that's a crazy question. To me, that's like asking me, do I think black women are able to be feminine? What are you talking about? Wait, just crazy. What are you talking about? I've debunked that a million times. And I'm going to debunk it here right now with you. You had a bunch of men in the space saying, oh, black women are the least feminine, black women, blah, 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 blah. Okay? You had that, right? At the time, I was going to an endocrinologist dealing with my hormones. And the hormones that control, not control women, but the main hormone that we have is estrogen. And guess what I found out scientifically about black women? The reason we get fibroids a lot is because, guess what causes fibroids? Well, they don't know what causes them, but guess what? One of the leading factors in fibroids, guess what it is? Just guess. High estrogen. Guess what denotes people's classic idea of femininity? Childbearing hips, voluptuous waist, ability to carry children. Guess what? High estrogen. And a lot of black women have high estrogen. A lot of black women suffering from fibroids. So you're saying one thing that doesn't compute with the data. It just doesn't compute with the data. And I done told y'all, somebody coming up here and talking nice and all that BS does not make them feminine. I'm not going to go on a tangent about this, but that does not equate to femininity. Femininity, and you know, that was my frustration with the space for so long. You have women working all kinds of jobs in all types of fields, and they might have to wear a uniform that's quote unquote masculine. They may, you know, I wear pants all the time. I have to. I wear scrubs. Not the most attractive thing, but I'm not there to be attractive, honey. I'm there to give good service. That's why I'm there. I'm not there for you to be attracted to me. I'm not there. I'm here to serve you and serve your well-being. That's it. And to take care of you when you're in my care. That's it. And I will do that. But, you know, I think they have it in their mind, this media thing, this propaganda, this, you know, leave it to beaver type, you know, the woman and with the pearls and the heels walking around. Hell no. Ain't nobody doing all that. Ain't nobody doing all that. I've been doing this show for almost, I think now 5 years coming on live. You guys have seen me wash my dishes. You guys have gone grocery shopping with me. You guys have seen me cook breakfast for my family at 5 a.m. in the morning. Right? To make sure, well, my son, my boyfriend gets up earlier because he leaves at 5. He leaves at 5 to go to work at 5:30. And my son, we still get up early because he used to take so long to get dressed, and we had to fight through traffic. And we had to be to school at 6:30 in the 7:30 in the morning. So yeah, you guys have seen that. But I'm not walking around like Betty Cleaver. You know what I'm saying? That's not me. That's not my personality type. But I do all the traditional things. You see? And people have a false notion of what manhood and womanhood is. I mean, that's it in a nutshell, as far as I'm concerned. True manhood to me is being strong during times of adversity, standing up when nobody else will, doing what no one else will do, having integrity, saying no. You know, I don't give a damn if there's 1,000 people in the room and you're the one person that stands up and says, no, I disagree. Something about that just isn't right. No. That's what true manhood is. Standing in the line of adversity when all odds are against you, but you're still brave. You still have that heart. That's true. And oh my God, how sexy that is. Okay? Hey, good morning. morning, Fasting. How you doing, Sweet Pea? It's good to see you. I really want you. I'm sharing a lot of things about myself, and if you guys want to know more about me, go watch this from the beginning, okay? Talked about a lot of stuff and why I've been gone. It's great to see you. And I do like it when you tag me in the post. I try to go back and look and read everything that you do. Sometimes when you tag me, though, especially if it's in the daytime, I'm at work. So I have to go back and look later. But I try to always look at your tags. You're so silly. Okay. Anyway. That's my favorite African, okay? Let me get back to what the hell was I talking about? I was kind of going on and on. What the hell? Oh my God, what was I talking about, guys? Let me see what Fasting says. He says, I'm doing awesome, just starting my servitude to Uncle Sam. Oh, I know, right? I'm not doing that today. I might swing by the job today. I've got so much other stuff to do. And I'll let you guys know about all that in a second. Let me see. He says, yeah, I try to pass on info since I'm shadow banned on YouTube. Oh. A lot of us are. Well, I'm talking about a lot of things, sweetie. That's why I want you to go back when you get some time and really watch this video. I shared my health journey. I'm talking about political events that happened. You know, that woman in Louisiana that was dragged naked and knocked unconscious by the police. It's on my community tab. Check it out. I'm going to talk about the situation with the people in Chicago briefly. I'm kind of done with that. I'm going to talk about domestic violence and my experience with domestic violence, not personally, but watching my mother go through that. And one thing you guys don't know is that my boyfriend also was a victim of domestic violence. And both of us really have teared up at just the horrificness of it. And like I said, that's another thing that I just don't think people understand about me. So I'm just putting it all out there on the table, honey. We just talking the way I used to do back in the day, honey. So yeah, and I was just talking about some of the misconceptions of the space about masculinity and femininity, and I was talking about what I find extremely masculine and extremely sexy. Okay, a man that will protect his woman. You know, a man that will protect his woman and his children, or anybody that's under his roof, or anybody that's under his care. That's true womanhood, and that's true manhood. Grown women are on grown women stuff. I've already talked about this before in the past, but a part of being a grown woman is being on your grown woman shit. It means protecting you and yours. My number one job as a mother is to protect my children. Period. That's my number one job. You know, I'll never forget when the Brother Polite situation happened, and I was on his ass, okay? Even now, just thinking about him, I'm not going to get into that, but yeah. You know, when that situation came out, I'll call it allegations. I don't delve into deep, but, we all understand that this possibly happened. According to what the law say, that's what happened. So anyway, I did a whole show just saying how egregious this was, and you could not believe that there were women trying to defend him. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I think it was a very young girl, 15 or 16, young, maybe I don't know. It was a very young girl. And it really just, as women, our job is to protect children. As men, your job is to protect the family. That's the order of things. So I'm not going to go down that road, but a lot of people are out of order. They're out of order in their minds. They're out of order in their life. They're out of order. All the way through and through. They have no structure. They don't understand how things are supposed to go. They have a misunderstanding of what, like I said, and it starts from the core, they have a misunderstanding of who they are. If you think that as a woman, your job is to fight for a man, I'm sorry, that's not your job. That's not your job, and that's out of order. Your job is to fight for your children. That's the order. And real men, I'm going to tell you guys a little secret about real men. Oh, yeah. Mahoghany knows real men because Mahoghany grew up in a family with real men. All the men in my family are married. And all of them have been with the same women, wives they've had for 20, 30 years plus. All of them. And that I know of, I'm not there 24 hours. There's no infidelity. There's no beating going on. They just run their households. And they take care of theirs. And they respect their wives. And their wives respect them back in return. That's how this thing goes. But, you know, they just have this misconception of like I said, if you're a man and you think your job is to beat your chest and lure over a woman, that's not what your job is, my love. That's not your job. It's not. Your job is to be secure in who you are and to protect and love your family. That's your job. And what you put out, you'll get back. I guarantee it. Oh, Lord. You guys, I'm going to have to take a break in a second. My computer's about to die, and this is getting so good. But that's your job. It's very simple. But when we don't know our roles and we don't know our place, and we have a misconception, right? I have a misconception of what true womanhood and what true manhood is, and I'm acting out of order. That's one thing I do like about the Hebrew Israelite community. You learn a lot about order and structure, and it's not what people think. It's not this. First of all, since I've been knee high to a duck, honey, I have always been told by my grandmother, go straight to the source. And that's what I tell y'all, go straight to the source. You go to the source, and he'll send someone down to you. And then you see what I'm saying? Then you're taking care of your business, and you're taking care of your children. And that's just how that goes. But oftentimes, people are looking and searching for the wrong things, and they never go to the source. They never consult the source first. And wonder why everything is kind of in disarray. Now, y'all, give me a second. Hey, Armageddon. I'm going to get to the point because I'm being long-winded. But I'm going to, I got to plug up this computer, y'all, or we're going to be shut down early. So just give me a minute. Let me see if I can play another song. No. Give me a minute, y'all. Hold on. All right. Let me see you light up. Okay, we in business, honey. We in business. All right, so why is my head cut off? It wasn't cut off a second ago. You could see now. This laptop is just strange like that. When I get on my other laptop, I don't have to. Oh God, because now I feel like I'm like more than arm's length away, so I worry about you guys not being able to hear me and stuff. Okay, so anyway, let's get into this. Hold on. I just can't. That's why I hate when I leave and I come back because I can't find my spot. Okay, anyway, y'all. Yeah, people, they don't know their roles. They just out of order. It's just, it's a mess. It's chaos. And, you know, for people that do not understand my personality type, people might say, I'm completely out of order. Well, there have been times that I have been. There have been times, but there's been a lot of times that I haven't been. A lot of times, like I said, there's things that go on that people aren't aware of. Now, let's get back to BMT's live the other day. Hey, TC, it's good to see you, sweet pea. I get so excited when I see y'all. Hi, beautiful. How you doing? It's great to see you, sweetie. Okay. I think I've been watching you on Chocolate Girl. I got to get over there and get to know that sister. I like her. She's got a really... If you tell her that, honey... one of the ladies of the Spare, honey, has been watching her and digging her. She's got a very good spirit about her. I watch people for a long time before I really comment or do anything. Okay. So, get to the point, Tiffany. Get to the point. What is my point? Oh, thank you. Y'all help me out, keep me on track, because I just be all over the place. But basically, y'all that just coming in, take some time, if you get time, to watch the video from the beginning. I'm going to keep this at an hour. I don't want to go over an hour, because then it's like, okay, girl, what you talking about? Okay, we got better things to do. So I'm about to stop this in a few minutes. But basically, it's just an update, y'all, letting me know what's been going on with me. Where have I been? Why I've been gone so long. So watch it from the beginning. We're talking about... current events. Once again, that woman in Louisiana that was dragged nude. That story is still right now in my mind. It's very upsetting. So me being on the Brother BMT's panel, it was wonderful. I thought I wasn't there. So basically, I went up there just to let him know about the story, and I really didn't stay long because I didn't have long. So I just kind of hopped off and left. But I didn't realize till after I went back and listened. I personally did. If I came off a certain way, I didn't mean to. That's just my personality type. I'm very direct. Everybody on the panel, other than, I'm gonna be honest, that dude Hoodconservative, I don't care for him. He knows that. I've been on the panel with him on Little Big Nate's show. I've seen him over there. Kicking up all kinds of dust on Bernard Rowley. He's not my type of dude. I don't care for him. This is not me talking trash. This is just what it is. He is what I would call a show enough coon. A show enough coon. Okay? Yeah. Get that. I've heard this man say deplorable things about black folks, not just women, but black people, period. He was over there talking crap about George. Feel how you feel about people, but when you start dragging a whole group of people into your self-hate, into your disgust of your own blackness, then I can't mess with you. So long story short, I love the lawyer that's over there. She is awesome. She's I love it when she's on BMT's show. And I should have, like I said, I didn't have time to stay. But if she gets a chance to watch this, shout out to you, sis. Another intelligent black woman. I love it. I love it. Professional. I love it. Creative, I think her Creative Solutions, beautiful little chocolate sister. I love her. She's got her own channel. Y'all need to check her out, Creative Solutions. Nice sister. I don't have an issue with anybody on the panel. The other brother I didn't even know, and that's why I said, introduce yourself to me. I said, well, introduce yourself. This is how I talk. But, that's why I like to come on camera, because see the tone. I'm going to say it right now in front of you. Introduce yourself to me. Because you can see my face, it doesn't come off as rude. But when I turn this camera off, watch this. I don't know you. Introduce yourself to me. Do you see the difference? So, I spoke to the Brother BMT about it. I can only be me. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know me and you don't take the time to get to know me, I can come off quite abrupt. That I don't know how to change that. And I'm not trying to change it. I like me. I like who I am. I'm very honest, and I like that about me. So it is what it is. So I guess, maybe for far as hood conservative, I mean, I don't really care what the hell how he feels. Like I said, I have seen him on panels say horrible things about black people, men and women, and he's just not my type. Okay? Every time you look, he's bragging about, he's putting other people of other races over his own people. I mean, he is a Captain Coon. I have no interest in sharing dialogue with a person like that. I don't. I'm going to be honest with you. So, everybody else, much respect. Is straight like that. Hey, Unique, it's good to see you, sweetie. You guys, I don't have much longer. I just wanted to touch on all these topics, and I had quite a few today. I want you guys to take some time to go and watch the video, and you'll see what's been going on. You'll see why I've been gone. Hey, I'm again, sweetheart. You'll see, what's been happening. I wanted to just give you guys a little update. I was on Grandmastertroll's channel. Shout out to Grandmastertroll. He's over there doing his thing. He had taken a break for a while, but I was on his channel. And they were talking about, what were they talking about? They were talking about the Chicago thing. And I started sharing things about my experience with domestic violence. Growing up in a house, by the time I was born, it really was gone. However, it was there because the stories and the constant, my mom's in her 70s now, but that type of thing you really don't, it never really leaves you, right? And then I've seen a lot of other domestic violence situations. I don't want to get too in depth about the detail. But basically, it was bad. It was really bad. And my boyfriend also experienced it. His stepfather was not his biological father, but he would get drunk and he would use him as some type of whipping post until he got big enough, much like that situation in Chicago where that boy was protecting his mom. And he got big enough, one day he was beating on his mom, whom is a sweet lady. This is a sweet lady. It's funny, some guys haul out, I want submission, I want this and that, and then when you get that type of woman, you completely abuse her, you completely mistreat her. Whole nother story. But anyway, he was beating on his mom, and he was 16. He was like, nah, dude, we got to square up. I'm not having this no more. And that fool pulled out a gun on his stepson. So I'm not going to get too much in that. I share my story. I share my experiences. I don't like to share other people's experiences because that's their story. I don't know if he'll ever come up here and talk about that. That was a very hurtful, horrible time of his life. And, I'm going to be honest. I'm grateful that the nigga killed over it and had a heart attack. I'm grateful. And I said pretty much a similar thing over there because I do not like people that I cannot stand people that abuse children, and I don't like people that take advantage of and abuse women. I do not like that. I don't like elderly abuse. I don't like people picking on the weak. I don't like that. I've never liked it. When you guys first came in, I was talking about my personality type and how I would get in fights because I would always jump in to protect the weaker person. I would always fight the bully to protect I've always been like that my whole life. And I didn't give a damn. And I was fearless. I just remember my mom coming to the school like, what am I going to do with you? If I bring my ass to the school one more time, I'm going to whoop your ass. So I had to go sit down somewhere. So now that you understand me, my personality type, well, you guys know me, but, in case new people check this out, then you'll understand Mahoghany Roots a little bit more. Now, I want really quickly, TC said me too, really quickly, I want to give you guys, I hate domestic violence. I hate it. And, he tear it up, and I tear it up when he told me that story. And it's actually way worse than that. because, you know, he got drunk and he beat him, and then he pulled the gun out. But the Most High saw fit and said, you know what, this dude is trash. Let me end his life. And he had a heart attack. And everybody in the family was now free from that tyrant. So yeah, I have very little mercy on people like that. I the Bible says protect the weak, and I believe that to my core. I believe that to my heart. You know what I'm saying? So that's no different than a woman that abuses children. That shit makes me sick. Because you're way bigger. You're in charge. You're their authority. You're supposed to teach them the way. Not beat them, not hurt them. They're supposed to come to you. You know, so that stuff really, it pisses me off. Okay, you guys, so my update, I started, 3-4 months ago showing you my seedlings. I had started them from seeds. I've got different stuff. I've got cantaloupe, I've got tomatoes, I've got peppers, I've got some of everything. I think I'm going to show you guys my cantaloupes and my tomatoes. Basically, and this is a learning experience, basically, when you start them from seeds, you want seed soil, and it's made from peat moss. It's a very dry soil, but it's full of nutrients, and so the seed is able to thrive. Okay, and I can run and go show you that. But as they begin to mature, that soil will dry out. And so what I found out was, if I wasn't watering the plant every single day, and half the time I'm too tired, my plants were dying from being too dry. So now I've changed the soil. I mix it up with both so they still get the nutrients, because I don't want to use fertilizer. I only want to use, for me, I'm going to use natural fertilizer. Fish fertilizer. It smells horrible, but it's natural. So anyway, let me just show you guys really quickly, and we can end this live stream, okay? All right. Oh my gosh, I'm struggling. Okay, so I was trying to pick them up individually, but I couldn't. There's no way for you guys to see. But basically, some of the leaves and stuff are burnt. I want to share a tip with you about that. But for the most part, y'all, they're doing very, very well. They're actually growing faster than I can handle. It's a little bit scary. Because some of these, there's something called trestles, and some of them need to grow up something. Okay, so that's why you see the straws. I'm about to get some really bamboo sticks and kind of tether them off too, so they can grow up vertical instead of growing out. Like melons, they tend to grow out. So, because it's a lot. So they're doing pretty good. I did have some die from being dry, just not watering them enough. Yeah. So yeah, they're okay. Let me show you the soil so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right, you guys. Sorry, whoo, took me forever. So you want something that says seed starting mix, and it's got, like I said, peat moss is super light. I showed you guys that on the first video that I did. What? How long ago was that? Almost 4 months ago now. 4 months ago. 3 months ago. But they're doing okay. Like I said, I started this because I was working. Dr. Freeman, if you see this video, Dr. Freeman, you need to holler at me. What's going on? Okay. He, one of the doctors I work with has a farm, and I decided I wanted to be more healthy and get on my game, so I decided to do this little garden. Oh, I want to also send a shout out to my sister Rashida Strober, Ice Cream Lady Dream Ice Cream Lady. I'm sorry, sis, I forgot it, but she's got a show coming up, I believe, in Atlanta. I gotta go. I'm going to share that. If you watch this, sweetie, I'm going to share it on my community tab. But she's got a show coming up. I don't know when, but I'm hoping to do a collab with her really soon, person to person. I told her, you know, if I got time, honey, I'll drive to Atlanta. I used to do it all the time for my job. So, yeah, she's got a show coming up, I believe. I don't know if it's in June or July, but well, it can't be June, so it must be in July. Very soon, and I will be sharing that with y'all. I can't wait to collab with her. I think that would be wonderful, honey. Chocolate overdose, okay? All right, y'all. I've been on here long enough. Thank you guys for coming through. Like I said, watch it from the beginning. Peace. I'll be out. I don't know when I'm coming back on here, y'all. I really don't. Oh. Because why didn't I take the video down? I didn't take the video down because when I went back, I actually went back and listened to it. I really didn't say anything that I'm ashamed of. I just told the truth. I don't think I divulged any personal information. So I was like, you know, I don't need to take this down. I'm just being honest with y'all and letting you guys know kind of how I was feeling and where I'm at in my life. Okay. So I'm just giving you a dose of what I used to give you when I first started this channel. Peace. I'll see you guys soon with another video.